Hi, Mr. Loader here. Wanted to talk to you about the learning for Monday, the 8th of February 2021. The role is to identify and sort words by their word classes. So that's what we're learning to get better at. Now, what I want to start with is this is something that actually we're recapping on because we have talked about different types of words. So the first thing I want you to think about is what type of words do you know? Okay, so we've spent a lot of time this year talking about different types of words. What types of words do you know? Okay, so you might want to pause the video and just have a think about that. Okay, I'm on about when you write a sentence, what are some of the words that we will include in that sentence? Okay, so these are some of the types of words. Okay, these are some of the main word classes. So a noun, a verb, an adjective, and an adverb. Now, you might want to pause the video again and see if you can just have a go at telling someone what a noun is, what a verb is, what an adjective is, what an adverb is. Now, the adverb one might be the hardest one to do because we haven't done that as much. Okay, so pause the video. Right, here we go then. So a verb is a word that describes what a person or thing does, such as run, hit, rain, be, become, grow. And it says here at the bottom, although he was tired, the young boy ran quickly into his bedroom to read a book. Verbs are used to describe an action, an occurrence, or a state. So we've got ran, screams, mixed. Can you give your own examples of verbs? Okay, I was meant to do this on the PowerPoint. So have a think, pause the video, see if you can come up with some of your own verbs. Remember, action words. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to think. So here are some examples you might have thought of. Lean, sit, hit, crawl, climb, carry, fly, swim, punch, kick. Then you might have thought of loads of others. Okay, so this is what a noun is. A word that identifies a person, place, or thing, idea, or quality, such as woman, dog, building, London. Now you'll notice that's got a capital because it's a proper noun. Truth, birth. And I'm just going to move up so I can see this. Although he was tired, the young boy ran quickly into his bedroom to read a book. Can you give your own examples of nouns? So have a think now. Can you think of some of your own ones? So I've found an object here. It's a mug. So that's one thing that I could say. Or a pen. Okay. So have a think. Pause the video. See if you can tell someone some nouns. Okay, here's some common nouns that you might have come up with. Hairspray, car, caterpillar, butterfly, elephant, hat, orange, knife, cheese, pear, bread, mango, chair, cat. So adjectives. They are words that describe a noun, such as red, bad, giant, hairy, shy. Now, the one thing I'm just going to say about red is if you are referring to it as the actual colour, then that is a noun. Okay, some words can change word class. If you're saying, I have a red pen, then you're describing the pen, so that would make it an adjective. Although he was tired, the young boy ran quickly into his bedroom to read a book. So again, can you think of your own examples of adjectives? So pause the video, see if you can tell someone some nouns. Okay, here's an example. So, I mean, I could say the white mug, couldn't I? Okay. I don't know, it could be the shiny coin. Right, so pause the video, have a think. Okay, here's some examples then. We've got happy, sad, open, closed, ill, injured, rich, poor, empty, full, old, new. Now again, this open and closed, they could be verbs, so they could change their state, them type of word class that they are. Okay, because they are an action that you can do. Okay, but if it was, I guess it was the shop was open, then that would describe the shop. Okay, the state the shop was in. So adverbs. Now we haven't done as much on these, but they describe the verb. So it says a word that gives more information about a verb, adjective, or another adverb, such as lazily, easily, abroad, very. Although he was tired, the young boy ran quickly in his bedroom to read a book. Can you give some of your own examples of adverbs? Think of words that describe a verb. So if you had running, how could you run? If you had swimming, how could you swim? If you had walk, how could you walk? If you had just thinking of something else. Read, how could you read? Okay, so pause the video, have a think, and then I'm going to show you some. Okay, here we go. So we've got quickly. So the girl runs quickly. The mango. This is a very sweet mango. Peter reads quite clearly. Eats carefully, walks slowly, sleeps quietly, sings beautifully. Okay, so let's have a look at these words. You've got to think about what type of word they are. Now, banana is a thing. Okay, so it would be a noun, wouldn't it? There we go, it's turned green. Okay, so have a look through the words. You then see if you can work out what they are. I'm going to leave that down to you to do. That's good practice. And also, here is a great little website. Now, you have to change the activity, but there's recognizing nouns, there's recognizing verbs, and there's recognizing adjectives. So it's a nice little activity to do. And then this is your first one. Okay, now you'll find this in the page documents. You've got to, well, print the document and then cut out the cards and decide if they are a noun, a verb, adjective, or an adverb. Okay, I did put this sentence up just to see. Although he was tired, which is our verb, okay. The young, adjective to describe the boy, which is a noun. Ran, which is a verb, quickly into his bedroom, which is a noun. To read, which is a verb, a book. Okay, so action is the verb. The yellow, nouns, names of things. Green, the word that describes the boy, the adjective, and then the adverb to say how he ran. So this is what I'd like you to do. There are some there is a piece of text for you to have a look at. You've got to underline the nouns in red, the verbs in blue, the adjectives in green, and the adverbs in yellow. So if I go through drift seeds, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna do the nouns, and they were in red, weren't they? So drift seeds float on ocean currents. Okay, so that would be another thing, wouldn't it? The ocean currents. From one shore to another. So shore would be the noun, it's the name of a place, isn't it? Or area. And their thick protective shells keep out seawater. Okay, so now this might not have everything that we want for the word classes. So blue is the verb. Let's change it to blue. So float. Okay, that's what it's doing. From one shore to another. And I'd say keep out is in the verb. And then what's the next thing? Adjectives, green. Now remember, adjectives describe the noun, so there's nothing to another, and they're thick, protective. These words, thick and protective, describe the shell. Okay, so that's what you've got to do with your activity. You'll find it in the page documents again. I might even attach it just underneath in this way. So here you go. You've got that to do as your second learning activity. So the first was to sort the words into the word classes. The second is to underline from the document. I'll show you on the next one. Now I'm just going to do some of it just so you get the idea. So I need to change my pen again to red. So it lies there tucked inside its flower. So flower is the noun. I'm going to just find the nouns first. On its cone beneath the soil. Okay. Sung, still. Most seeds sleep through a season or two, waiting for the warmer temperatures of spring. Okay, I'd say temperatures is a noun as well. It's the name of something. But some take their time. 10 years might pass before their bright red orange seed, so again, seed is the name of something, isn't it, of the Texas mountain laurel shows its purple blooms. And blooms is what it does, isn't it? So I'm just going to stop there. Right, so blue is the verbs. Let's try and do that one. This is a little bit harder, isn't it? But lies is something that you can do. Not as in tell when you're not telling the truth. That's like lying there on your bed. Tucked inside of its cone, beneath the soil. Sung still, because it's lying still. Most seeds sleep. Okay, that's an action that we can do through a season or two, waiting, like we can wait in a queue, can't we, for the warmer temperatures of spring. Okay, now I'm just going to do the last one. The adverbs are proving a little bit trickier, aren't they? What was green, wasn't it? So there's nothing in the first sentence. Warmer temperatures. Okay, 10 years might pass before the bright red orange seed. Okay. It's just the adverbs that are a little bit harder. Now, before is an adverb, okay? And I would say that pass is a verb. Because it's the action associated to what the ears are doing. So what was yellow adverbs? Okay, so I hope that gives you a bit of an idea. And then your third activity and final activity is to write sentences about plants grown. See if you can include all of the word classes in one sentence. So I'm going to have to come out of this so I can type. So let's just create a new slide. So I just need to think about, it could just be something about the life cycle of a plant, couldn't it? So let's just think about one then. So one of the stages, shoots. I'm just thinking about the first stage really. So it starts off a seed, doesn't it? And a shoot sprouts out of it. So should we do that? A shoot sprouts out of the seed. Okay. So let's make this a little bit bigger. Now it's a really simple sentence. So a shoot sprouts out of the seed. So we know we've got a noun and a noun, okay, and sprouts would be our verb. So in there I've got two of the four things. So if I think about my nouns, which is shoot and seed, can I describe them? Then I get in my adjective, don't